about real estate horror stories, and we're going to be taking some questions from the lead gen scripts and objections group. We have no guest today, so good Lord, watch
No
out
guest.
because Greg is off his leash. I may get demoted from my first class certified Greg Wrangler. I may get downgraded to some sort of second class Wrangler. I don't know if that means I'll get like some
junior leagues
badge or merit badge taken away. Somebody's going to come pick up my sash and take it back with them, or like I'm gonna get somebody show up to my door with like a rescind notice, and I'm gonna have to take back my sash and merit badge and send it back to Amazon where I bought it. But anyway, this is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. As always, we are psyched to come to you, and I'm just psyched that Greg hasn't interrupted and started talking over me yet.
I'm trying to be respectful, Matt. I don't know why I try to do that with you. We all know that my job in life is to mess with you. If I can mess with Matt on a daily basis, to a point where he shakes his head and he does this, like oh no. And if I get the eyebrows rub, yep, that's when I know that I've hit a button. He's just like, oh, why did I business partner with this guy again? Oh, son of a bitch. What portion of the public did he offend right now? Oh my God.
That's right. And exactly how much vodka is in this Starbucks espresso?
Nothing, I hope. Oh, man.
Not enough.
Not enough to deal with me. No, I 100% agree. But, we're coming off of the weekend, and, dude, I went out, my ISA out of SAC, Philip, he set up a bunch of great appointments for me last week. Went to one on Saturday at noon. It was basically, dude, I walked in the front door, and it was my listing. And then the guy's like, yeah, man, that's why I called you. After I was talking to him for a few minutes. I'm like, so, we did a standard question. He's like, he looked at his wife like he thought I was nuts. He's like, hey, yeah, that's why we called you. We want to sell the house. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's great.
So this is your ISA in the sense that this is not like a generated lead from your ISA. This is somebody he handled an incoming phone call and set an appointment for you, right?
No. These are old leads that he was able to go out and rekindle them essentially, right, and get them up and going. So, hey, it was a good day, man. We got locked into the listing probably 800,000, 730 to 750, 775, give or take, whatever it's going to be. Nice little property. So, good weekend. And as you guys are joining us here, Frank Spalding, what up, dude? I want you guys to interact with us, ask us questions. We're going to be doing today's title. We're going to talk about real estate horror stories, right, Matt?
That's right.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions for us or something we can answer for you, we're going to be free flowing. But we're looking forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun today. So
that's right. And please, as the post says, come in hand with us.
Whoops. I was going too fast, man. Don't pick up,
man. All right.
This is why you handle the writing.
Disability again. All right. So before we start with the horror stories, how about we
post title?
Yeah, so you had a very positive story to share, which is awesome. That's great that your ISA is out of Sacramento doing very well for you. Let's take a question and deliver some value here before we get into what will hopefully be some funny horror stories. So Cody Ferguson, this is a question posted just a few hours ago on the group, says, what tools are folks using to gain contact info for expireds, FSBOs, circle prospecting? And if they have a lot of options, which you find valuable, and in general, run down the pros and cons. But okay, so we've shared this before, but Greg, you want to give just a quick rundown of where you get your data for circle prospecting, then I'll talk about what Aaron does for expireds.
Sure, guys. What I do is I go to Mojo Cells or Mojo Triple Line Dialer for $300 for the year. I buy out their freeform mapping program, or $25 a month, and I can map out areas as many as I want, up to I think about 1,500 names and numbers per mapped area, and then I call through those. I'm finding that when I'm doing that, it's relatively good data. I know that a lot of the folks that are stepping in and starting to do circle prospecting with Mojo, they're finding some of the names and numbers are wrong. Yeah, that's gonna happen, guys. Okay, it's just the way shit happens, but don't let it get you down. It's still a phenomenal resource. Also, you can go to Cole Realty Resource. You can buy some really good information there. You can go to RedX, is another place where they can scrub the expireds and then put them back into your list. You can even go back and get really old ones, be able to upload all this stuff out of your MLS up to them, and there is a cost for that. You can buy expireds and FSBOs through Mojo as well. You can also, if you guys wanted to, you could go into Zillow and do it by hand and get all the for sale by owners, all the make me moves, and people like that, and reach out to the folks there. So there's a lot of different resources. The biggest thing is that you don't want to be taking a lot of time, right? You want to make this the most time efficient process that you can possibly do. So that's why I use Mojo. But then we have Vulcan 7 and everything else, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So I mean, I think everybody's tinkered around with that stuff. I know Aaron's done some Vulcan 7, I believe, in the past. What he uses now, Vulcan 7 is what he uses now for expireds, and then for in general for anything else, I think it sees the market. And then I think he ended up using either Red X or Vulcan 7 to go back and pull his old expires, probably Red X if I remember right. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of them out there, and they do vary by area. I mean, I've heard some people come out and say, look, I straight up tested it, and in my area, coal was better. I've heard other people, reputable people that I believe say they tested it, and in their market, Vulcan 7 was better. I have a universal thing I will say is I believe from what I've heard that Red X is a little bit lower on the totem pole in terms of data quality versus like a coal and Vulcan 7. Does that sound about right, Greg, for what you hear?
Yeah, I mean it is. The thing about Red X is the fact that their algorithm goes back and sifts out the people that really did expire and the ones that didn't expire. So I don't know why it would be any different, honestly. I mean, it might just be the data sets that they're getting to upload. I think might be the biggest thing. So I mean, guys, look, there's dirt in the data no matter what.
Yeah.
Roll with the punches, stop being a little bitch, and just get out there. And that's going to stop you. Like, oh, I don't have perfect data. Suck it up, Buttercup. Look, just get out there.
I was going to say, I mean, we interviewed Brett Tanner here on which has been on this show before, but we went deeper into his numbers on the Team Building podcast with Jeff Cohn.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he said for across all of their agents, 20 some agents, and all the tracking and stuff that they do, and everything is tracked, they only expect 7 to 10% contact rate between bad data, people not picking up, the whole 9 yards.
So
when people say that like the data sucks and I'm not getting hold of, because they'll make 10 calls and they get a hold of one person. Well, that's to be expected.
It is to be expected. You know what? It's a numbers game, guys. You got to get out there and make more contacts, okay? Blocking and tackling. Just block and tackle, block and tackle. The more time you spend in front of a prospect, more likely, a more prospecting system, more likely you are going to be able to find a prospect. Dude, it's Monday, and I swear to God, my brain is like way behind me today, all damn day.
I don't know. That was a fairly reasonable football analogy that you just drew, despite the fact that you barely watch the sport. So I can only assume you're referring to cricket. Maybe there's some block and tackle, or fishing. Maybe there's block and tackle in fishing. Yeah.
The largemouth bass fishing. Yeah, there's a blocking and tackling with that.
Exactly. All right. So Jennifer St. Clair says my website is awful. Can anyone suggest a reasonable custom website that really kicks but doesn't break the bank? So let's deal with that, Greg. So yeah, that's exactly the first one that came to my mind too.
Yeah, Playstar, guys, great site. I use it. So if you want to go take a look at it, you can go to McDanielCallahan.com and you can see what we've done. We've just taken it and customized it and played with it. It's a very easygoing site. Also, there's some great education associated with the site. There's a whole educational arm on the side of it. It's called Playstar Academy, and they send like the agent daily kind of information or tips or anything else. So mine, it's like $10 or something a month. I mean, it's not much. IDX feed included into it, which we were paying $30 a month just to have an IDX feed before this. So it was unbelievable. We ditched the other company. We went flying over to Playstar. We've been happy ever since. That's what I would do with if you want a nice cool site. But there's also another good one for well, it's not really a site, I would say. It'd be more along the lines of I got like lead gen, but crap, my brain seriously isn't working today. Out of Hawaii, Matt.
Oh, Real Geeks.
Real Geeks, yes. They got a pretty good little program over there. But in all actuality, guys, in 2013, 60% of all the buyers and sellers would go to the agent's website. 2014, there was a study done, and 77% of people went to the agent's Facebook page. So if you want to have a really effective air quotes website, get a really good Facebook page up and going, create posts, do comments, do all kinds of stuff there. That would be, I think, my own humble personal opinion, I think that would be a better use of your time if you're going to really kind of try to find a really good website. Matt, what say yous?
I'm a big fan of Real Geeks. I always have been. They're really, really, really good on natural SEO. So everything is structured very well. I mean, they're guys. The guys that came up with with Real Geeks and the underlying platform that eventually turned into Real Geeks, the service that was developed by agents to just be their own website. And it was very, very good, and still is one of the top ranked websites in San Diego, one of the original Real Geeks sites. So that's, I mean, it's no joke, and it's like $500 setup fee, $150 a month. And it has all the lead capture, forced registration stuff that you want. So if you send traffic to the website from Facebook, you actually get actual leads, the whole thing. So
actual
that's
leads?
really good. And then who was it? Justin Shepard suggested Perfect Storm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, Josh Smith, we've heard nothing but really good things from, other fans of the show, like Josh Bryan, who's on the Perfect Storm program with Josh Smith. And yeah. So that's another really good one. But as far as I don't think you can beat Playster in terms of quality for the cost, because it's $5 a month.
They have to do a pricey of $10.
Yeah. So man, alive. Yeah. I mean, for stuff like that, I mean, when you start getting into that kind of stuff, I mean, we've talked to agents about this before, Greg. It's not even worth your time to barely think about.
No,
no. It's just not. Your time is better spent out there talking to literally one lead than worrying so much about what website company you go with, because you can always switch those things out. If you're not tied into their CRM on the back end and all of your customer information is stored elsewhere, like the lead generation websites will come and go, and there may be a flavor of the month that works really well for the next year, and then it's going to be somebody else's website, and that's okay. So just go, if you just need something to get a presence up there, go to Playster. If you're really, really looking to generate leads, then maybe put some more effort and research into it. And it all depends on the type of leads that you're looking to generate and where those leads are going to be coming from, if they're pay-per-click, if they're Facebook, whatever the case is. But Real Geeks and Perfect Storm are a couple of good ones. TorchX is also really good, but then you start moving up into I think that's maybe $500 a month. So that's where you start getting into a really nice, super professionally designed website.
That's good. We know sometimes people just want higher end quality websites. I mean, you could also go get one built. You could go to Upwork and have something built for you there. But now we're talking totally customizable stuff. I mean, Matt, you and I are spending a healthy amount of money on the site that we're building for our upcoming product. But we're having ours is so customized, right? Mm-hmm. That, I mean, we had to go with a very heavy duty website with tons of different plugins and everything else. And we're spending several thousand on that site. But for you guys, just get going, go to Playster. That would be absolutely where I would, pass you off.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And then, so I got a I got a question from an agent. She actually reached out to me directly. Pam Murphy Weatherby said she wanted to record some of her prospecting sessions on her cell phone and wasn't sure of the app that she could use. And I sent her a couple of ideas. I've never done this myself. So she was able to actually download this app called Tape-A-Call for iPhone. And she actually, and so it's, so that's an option. If you want to review yourself now what you do with that recording, I will not recommend one way or the other, because, whether you put that out there in the public can potentially get you in trouble, depending on what you're doing with it, or if you're careful enough to mute out when they're saying names and addresses and things like that. But,
that's interesting.
Yeah, if you're looking for a way to, like, if you're doing lead follow-up calls on your phone and you want a way to record them so that you can listen back later and improve, then that's an option. There's a bunch of apps out there for it, but she liked Tape-A-Call for iPhone.
Yeah, here I'm looking at it right now. It's $9.99, or you can get the light version for free. Call record for free. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Anyways, that's something I would highly recommend for your own personal use, you guys, so that you can understand where you're stumbling, where you're stammering. If that's something you can do, then great. If you could do a Facebook Live just to yourself, then you can get a stand and record, your tonality, where you're looking, kind of look at how your body language is, because the way your body language is the way that you're going to be perceived by the other person. So if you're all slunched over and kind of like this and closed down, then you're going to feel kind of small and weak. But if you're up and tall and you're spread out and you're broad and you're more owning the situation, then that's the way that you will come across. What he is doing, like,
imitating you. It's funny though. I asked Aaron that same question this morning. We were doing a little Facebook Live on expired, like mindset, and I asked him like what he does when he's having one of those days where he doesn't feel like he's got it, and like what he does. He's like, stand up. Just stand up, make the call standing up. So yeah, it's a great tip. I like it. All right, so let's talk about a horror story real quick before we take a second, mention a couple of things, and shout out to some people and all that good stuff. I want to hear a patented Greg McDaniel real estate horror story from back in the Dizzy.
God, they're just fucking cocksucker, man. This guy, okay, this little fucking guy. This guy is such a douche. I'm going to preface this, okay? He's like this little bald head of a human. He's got this smoking hot blonde girlfriend. I do not know how those two hooked up, and it's definitely not because he has got tons of cash. And this is why.
But Greg is very upset about it.
Well, there's a good reason for this. Okay, there's a good reason for this. This guy is such a tool bucket that he couldn't get the idea to how to allocate his cash. He was just a frog's fart away from not paying his bills every single month. But he goes and buys his girlfriend, now fiance, this massive ass rock, which I don't know where he financed that thing from. And we helped him sell his house. In the process of buying his next house, my lender and I had gone through, jumped through every hoop that we could possibly jump through. We've done everything we possibly could do for this guy. We've advised him in every single way what not to do. Just pump the brakes. You can do whatever you want after this loan goes through, but just wait. I get the phone call, and it's just, hey, Greg. I'm like, yeah, Case. He's my lender. I'm like, yeah, Case. He's like, want to buy a car today? And I'm like, what do you mean, do I want to buy a car today? No, I don't want to buy a car. I got a car. I got 2 cars. Why? He's like, well, because so-and-so, I'm not going to use the name, such and such, he kind of missed another payment on his girlfriend's car. I'm like, you're shitting me. And we're talking, guys, we were within like 2 days, 3 days from closing, and TRID was just rolling out. It was an absolute nightmare. So he's like, yeah. So we set up this whole thing. So I went down and had to buy his girlfriend's car in cash for $27,000, so that it would show up as his DTI would go up because he didn't have the debt against him, and it wouldn't show another missed payment. So I cut a check for $27,000, a very expensive day. And I had to go down and get it. Now, this dildo baggins still has not repaid me all the money, and I'm getting to the point where I want to just, cut someone's head off. But he got me about 18,000 of it back, and so I need to go after him and get some more of the cash. And that was an absolute nightmare. This is the type of this person doesn't deserve to own the home that he lives in. I mean, go live in a freaking cardboard box or something, man, and don't come back to me next time you want to buy a house. I mean, you're such a nightmare. I mean, those are the type of clients you just honestly want to shoot because they suck on so many epic levels and they stress you out. I mean, ugh, God, I had to pay to do that deal, thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh my God!
He's like, oh yeah, I'll totally repay you, man. I'll totally get on the whole repayment schedule. I'm liar. No, you didn't. He avoids me. He's like, oh shit, that's great. I'm like, yeah, dude, you better run because you owe me about $8,000. So get over here.
All right, that's a pretty good horror story. I like it.
I have another one that it stressed me out so badly. I got sick for 2 weeks after it because it was so bad. A couple almost got divorced over the transaction. This other agent who's an utter bitch on wheels with a rocket pack on her back. I will not do a deal with her. I will not do a deal with this woman ever again under any circumstances. And dude, that one, oh my God, dude. That one killed me. We'll get into that. We'll get into that whole nightmare another time. But
all right, well, we have a couple of comments / questions on your story here.
Whoop whoop.
So Justin Shepard asks, "Do you have the car at least?" LOL.
No, I don't. Damn it.
The toolbox's girlfriend is driving it. Presumably ex-girlfriend, I would assume.
No, they're engaged.
Oh, it's still engaged. Okay, all right. And then Frank Spalding asks, "Why wasn't the payment returned from the proceeds?"
Because he doesn't have any money.
Yeah, this is all like off the record, right? So
this is all off the books. Off the books. And the real catch is
over there with cash to buy his car to get his DTI off the record if you're getting the proceeds out of the.
No. And the funny thing is that he's a financial planner. Let's trust that guy.
No way. Well, do you mean like financial planner in the sense that he's a stock salesman?
No. He's a financial planner with his father. They have their own little company, and I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
That's hilarious.
Financial planner. Guy's a douche.
That's perfect.
Guy.
He's a financial planner. Can you Yelp bomb him?
Oh God, I wish I could, dude. I wish I could. I would be a door knock. I would be door knock. Stevie's like, I would be door knocking on his house. Just be like, hey, douchebag. Actually, the funny thing is, karma's a real biatch. It came back and bit him. We didn't know this.
Okay.
Complete disclosure, we did not know this. But the across the street neighbor had a son living back at home. Son has major narcotics and alcohol issues, and so he would have his friends over when his mommy was not home, and they'd just be doing God knows whatever they're doing. One of the neighbor's friends, who was this total thug-looking fool, started pounding on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning, threatening to kill my past clients. He says, "I got a gun. I'm coming for you. Bring back my money." And my clients were just sitting there going, "What the hell is going on?" So, I really, it's like, you know what? You better be nice to everybody, okay? Because you never know when a drug-using thug from across the street who's wielding brandishing a weapon is going to come knocking, scare the little piss out of you. So, This guy better call me back. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, enough off of him. He's a challenge.
Frank, I agree with you. I wouldn't trust him with a bag of bus tokens.
Yeah, Heather, I did know the buyer. Ironically, he's a guy that I would spend my lender and I, Casey, we would spend a lot of time down at this bar called Magaz. We'd always eat lunch there, and we would always go down there on Friday and Saturday nights and stuff. It's kind of like our place. Well, we just drank with the guy a lot. Like on Friday nights, we'd just be out drinking and hanging out, and that's how I got to know him. So, Mom, Dad, drinking does pay off. See? No, I don't think so.
Yes, it does. And especially I have to remind you of this agent that we met at CAR event, who claims that about 35% of all of their business comes from his partner, who's apparently a good-looking chick. She was not there, so I only have his word to go on. He may be wildly untrustworthy when it comes to the attractiveness level of his partner, but he said that essentially she just goes down there to a bar in Calabasas where the only people that day drink. Apparently, there's not a lot of bums in that particular bar day drinking. That's mostly just upper level people who can afford to be drinking during the day and have multi-million-dollar homes to sell, and that's where 35% of their business comes from. So he's like, "Sweetheart, go to the bar. Just go to the bar. Go do your prospecting."
Okay, yeah. What are you prospecting for, huh? What real estate are you really selling, sweetie?
All right. Well, let's say we give a couple of shout outs here, and I'll mention some things, and then we'll dive back into some horror stories.
Yeah, Frank thinks it's a strip club. All right, go ahead, man.
Frank, I'm sure it's very tasteful.
Yeah. Only topless, not fully nude.
Two things to check out. Number one, go to our website, McDanielRealEstateSystems.com. It's a long name, I know. We got to fix that. But anyway, someone, talk about a real estate horror story, someone has our realestateuncensored.com and they will not even respond to being contacted to potentially sell it to us.
Why not? What is
so if anybody's wondering why we don't have realestateuncensored.com when it appears to be free, that's why. So anyway, so go to McDanielRealEstateSystems.com, download Greg's favorite scripts. That's free. It's a bunch of Greg's favorite scripts. Amazingly, it matches the name. It's funny how things work out that way. But it's buyer, seller, lead follow-up, price modification scripts. So there's stuff for prospects, stuff for clients, all kinds of good stuff. Each one has a video link to me taking Greg through and role-playing the exact script so you can hear the phrasing and tonality. And then the second thing to check out is the high-tech, high-touch real estate farming. That is a whole video training course product we put together last year where I sat down with Greg and squeezed his little brain until it went from the size of a prune until around the size of a raisin. I got everything out of it that I could when it comes to cold, warm, and hot outbound prospecting and geo-farming and how to use Zillow and everything that was in Greg's noggin. I got it out onto those videos for you guys, and it's a low price of $99. So you can basically buy that, and then you never have to listen to Greg again. It's great.
Oh, shut it.
So both of those things are on the site. But anyway, Greg, who do you have to shout out today besides all the people we have watching us here right now, like Heather and Frank and Stevie and all you good people?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll get to you guys really quickly. Damn it, where'd that go? Okay, so we have Kristen, Scott, Mike, Mia, Ivy, a different Matt, not you, Matt, Kirby, Sinette, let's see here, John, Scotty, Hope, Alex, Christopher, Kailani, Caleb, Pablo, Beverly, Douglas, Chris, Philip, Ryan, Juan, Andrew, Sean, Ado, Josh, and Xander. So, much love to all you guys. Thank you for continually keeping in touch with me. I love talking to you guys and helping in any way, shape, or form. McDaniel Challenge, guys, we are in November of next year. Crazy, I know. Let me see exactly what date, Matt, and then we'll get into that a little bit more. But November 7th is my next opening of 2017. So if you guys want an hour or two of free coaching with me, November 7th of 2017 is now available to you.
Get it now. Yeah.
Or you will be 18.
That's right. Good Lord.
Oh, man, yeah, I love hanging out with you guys, though. It's so much fun to just kind of hear from you and see what you guys are doing. And always comment on these videos, guys. When we're live, we're going to start doing a lot more of these live with you.
Yep.
And I'll do a better job of announcing it and getting it out there so you guys know when to tune in and go from there. So anyways, on with the show, Johnson.
Yes. So there was a question that caught my eye from Rosalind Luna. This was just posted a few hours ago. She said, please share the best door knocking script around a just sold.
Really? Okay.
Now, Greg, I know it's complex, so let's just break it up into steps.
Okay.
First of all, let's assume it's your listing. Let's go if it's your listing, and we'll show the difference.
All right. So, hi, Matt.
Hello. Yes.
Julie?
Hello.
Hi, Matt. Julie, your three basic little floor denting babies. Yes. Hello. How nice to see you. My name's Greg McDaniel. I'm a real estate agent here in the area. Get some insulin for that child quickly. Maddie seems to be crashing.
Yeah,
no, that's just him diving for a cake. That's no big deal.
Okay. Yeah. There's a cake under the table.
You figure out kids like dogs. You feed them on the ground. They call child services.
Well, they can't climb up on the chairs. I mean, come on. I can't be expected to lift those suckers. I'm here in my rascal scooter as it is.
All right, back to reality here. So you say, hi, my name is Greg McDaniel. I'm with the McDaniel Callahan Real Estate Team. Hey, the reason why I'm coming around today, I want to let you know, I want to give you some really cool information, guys. One of your neighbors at 4622 Maple Street, we actually just listed the home. We're really excited to kind of let everybody know what's going on. We're going to be doing a broker's tour on Thursday from 10 till 2, and then a Sunday open house from 1 till 4. We're also going to have a neighbors only open house from 12 until 1. It's going to be catered with some light snacks and some coffee if you'd like to come on by. And then you kind of go back and forth and talk with them there. You want to talk about how excited you are, what's going on. Obviously, get the permission of the sellers to talk about if they're going to talk about what their next steps are, where they're going to be going. Sometimes it's a divorce situation, and they don't want everybody knowing which direction everyone's going in. It's a life change. It's time for a life to shift.
It's a life change.
you gotta get creative with that shit sometimes.
Sounds like like a euphemism for some type of adult rebirth therapy experience. Anyway, okay, so it's a life change. All right, so let me ask you a couple of quick follow-up questions on that, because that seems like that's a lot to blurt out. So number one, I'm curious about that. Why do you tell people, neighbors, when the broker's tour is?
Because I want to give them the opportunity to, if they can't make Sunday, maybe they can come by on the broker's tour. Maybe they have a friend or family member that can come on by during the broker's tour. I'm just trying to give them as many opportunities to come by and physically see the property as I can. So that is why I would do that. Because it's all about getting bodies in the door, man. All about getting bodies in the door. And, Stevie's got a really good question. Yes, I'm doing this on Friday for a listing that I just sold. Well, first off, knuckles to you, Stevie. Way to get that thing sold. Nicely done. So then, Matt, we could just reverse that, and it would just be, hey, my name is Greg McDaniel. I'm with the McDaniel Callahan Real Estate Team with Jay Rockcliffe. Want to come on by and just let you know that I just sold one of my listings. It's right over here across the street, which I'm sure you know of. And we had a great young family coming in. They have 2 kids, one 8, one 11. So we're going to bring some more younger life back into the neighborhoods. And of course, I'm making this shit up just to say whatever they are, right? But if they're Matt's kids, don't say they're obese. That's just rude. I mean, but just, let them know what's going on in the neighborhood. Be very excited about it. This is an exciting time. And then always go for always have to ask for the business. Who else do you know in the area? Not do you know, guys. It's who else do you know that might be thinking of buying or selling? And then sit there dead silent. Don't ask who do you know, don't ask, do you know, ask who do you know? And that's a little script tweak that you can put there, and maybe get the people thinking a little bit.
Yeah, breaks them out of that natural. No, I don't know anyone. It's I don't know. It is one of those weird things. Just that little change in phrasing can make such a difference to people.
Such a big difference. Actually, if you guys really want to watch some more about that, go watch Beverly. She put some stuff on this group. I think it was on Saturday or Friday. She did some really good script breakdowns on how to adjust, how to adjust your verbiage very slightly, but yet very effectively to get people to open up to you. I thought it was incredibly impactful. And of course, since I liked it so much, I probably forgot it. So I'm going to go back and watch her videos.
Wow, that's really good. What was she saying again? All right. So does the phrasing, like, if you're going around knocking on doors, let's say you're looking to farm an area or whatever, and you know that there's a house that is just listed, but it's not your listing. So Greg, how would that affect the phrasing?
Hi, Matt. My name is Greg McDaniel. I'm a real estate agent here in the area with J. Rockcliffe Realtors and the McDaniel Callahan team. The reason I'm coming around today is there's a property that just came on the market. It's over at 2236 Maple Street, right around the corner here. I'm pretty sure you saw the sign go up. Just want to let you guys know that the home is going to be coming on the market, or is on the market now. Want to see if you might know anyone that could be looking to move into the neighborhoods here. Nowhere in there did I ever say it was my listing. I just said a home has come on the market. Do you know anyone that might be thinking about making a move into the neighborhoods? If they turn around like, oh my God, is it your listing? No, gosh, I really wish it was. It's a beautiful property. I'm just looking to see if anyone knows of any family or friends that might want to buy in here. Maybe I could, help those folks get in, and I could show it to them personally. Set up a private showing. You go to the other side and try to pick up the buyers, that might be out there. So that's what I do. It's just never, if it is your listing, tout that. If it's not your listing, don't say that don't allude to the fact that it's yours, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You can still do the door knocking without ever saying it's yours, or implying that it's yours. You can just be out there, and if somebody asks,
just door knocking.
Well, if it's your listing, you can say something. Well, no, but I do. It's not my listing. I do work a lot in this neighborhood, so it caught my eye because I'm always keeping an eye on the new homes that come on the market.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. I mean, dominating a market area like a farm is what? If you capture 15-20% of the listings in an area. You're dominating that market. So nobody's ever going to take like 80% of the listings in a farm area.
Well, don't say never. Stranger shit has happened.
Yes. Yes. But if you pick a reasonably sized farm, unless you're the old guy and you're blackmailing every single one of the homeowners because you've got shit on everybody.
You know those pictures? Yeah, those are coming back out unless I steal your home.
That's right. I've got a PO box and a journalist with your name on it, buddy. If I don't get that, my sign up in your yard. All right, so let's go. So we covered a couple questions. Let's go back to some horror story because this is fun for me. I like to hear what Greg is being thrown under the bus. So what are some of the other horror stories you remember, Greg?
Okay, so this agent that I'm not going to name, she's in our local marketplace. She's a true bitch. And I get a call from one of my past clients, and they're like, hey, Greg, I haven't talked to you for a while. Hey, come on over and list my house. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go over, we list their townhouse, we get them all prepped and ready to go. We get them on the market. We get an offer from this agent, and the agent, I knew that I kind of got that funny feeling under like on my brain when I talked to this person. I'm like, it's going to go sideways, but oh well. So
talk to who? The homeowner?
No, I was talking to the buying agent, the nightmare agent, right?
Okay.
And so long story short, we go through the request for repairs. They had put on new trimmer on the windows about a year ago, but the boyfriend forgot to paint it and seal it. So we had a little bit of wood rot. We're talking like $1,500 here. That's it. And the buyer came in with 3 different options on how we could rectify this request for repairs. And one of them,
number one, replace all the windows in the house, buy me a Maserati, send me on a European vacation.
All on your expense. No, it was basically that bad. Okay. One of them was, and so instead of having us fix the $1,500 problem, he wanted $15,000, and he would handle everything. Right. And my client, she had enough equity and everything else. And so she took the option of $15,000, and and I was stunned. I'm like, you want it? Okay. It's your money. I advise it not to, but whatever. This guy, not only did he not handle everything, he made us handle everything. He pushed out the buyer's agents. He pushed out the closing date because, oh God, what the fuck happened? Because of some ticky-tacky bullshit. My clients went homeless for 2 weeks. He had to move in with Mr. Seller's parents. Awkward. And they have 2 kids together. So they're living here with the parents with 2 kids. My client Kim is trying to get this property sold, and they couldn't do it. This was stressing out that relationship so much that they came within that much of calling off their wedding and walking away from each other. My clients had nowhere to live because we couldn't close on the other deal that we were buying for them because we had to get the proceeds from the sale of this home. So they were completely screwed. Thank God the listing agent on the other side was cool and worked with us and believed in us, and we were able to get it done. But that one took me down, man. I was sick for 2 weeks afterwards. My whole system just went goodbyes. It was a rough deal. Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, she's a bitch. Okay, so here's another one of mine. So my father, my business partner Chris, and I all buy this property in Alamo. And in Alamo, guys, you don't get anything from their $1 million. This happened a couple of years ago. We went and bought this property. We went into business with one of the contractors that we had, referred a lot of business to. We thought he was a good guy. Hindsight, of course, we totally fucked up and went the wrong way, but hey, that's the way it is. And we hired him to take this house, which is a beater. And what we're going to do is we're going to buy it, expand it out by about 1,500, square feet, make it all, bring it up to snuff on everything, and then put it back out and do a good deal, right? Make some money.
Okay. All right.
Somehow this asshat miscalculated 1,000 square feet. What? How do you misplace a fucking 1,000 square feet? So this guy, dude, ultimately walked away like not making a single dime, barely getting our investment back. Oh, this is like in the first part of my real estate career. Oh my God, dude, that one sucked on epic levels. And now since we sold that home, now the buyers of that property, they got a divorce, and now we're gonna help Mrs. owner now of that property, help her buy another property for like $3 or $4 million, but then she got her panties all up in a wad because we couldn't get into properties fast enough because our new buyers would not get off work or couldn't see properties soon enough. And these properties are selling like this quickly. So we missed out on a couple of properties. Then she just completely blackballed us over the fact that since she didn't listen to our advice, she didn't get the property that she wanted, AKA now she says that it's our fault. Fucking douchebag. That house is just completely foobar, dude.
Yeah, so Heather Windsor says misses 1,000 square feet.
How do you miss 1,000 square feet? Oh, no.
So did he overbuild?
No, he's just an idiot and an asshole, and we fucking sued his ass.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, dude. And the funny thing is like he takes all of the time. He's up a member of the Round Hill Country Club where my parents are members. We always see this dildo up there just golfing and drinking. It's like, dude, bro, you seriously suck. Go away. The earth does not need you.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
No, it's not funny. It really sucked.
No, I believe you. That it does suck.
No, it totally sucks. I mean, I'll tell you my last one here.
Okay.
My first client ever, right? She was super cool. It took us a year and a half to help her find a house. A year and a half of showing someone houses. Oh, it was like that, dude. And it came down to the very last house. She's like, if I don't like this house, then I'm just going to hold off. Thank God that she liked it, right? So we got it. We moved her in. And I stayed friends with her for like 5 or 6 years after, she and her husband have been living there. I helped her daughter buy a house. I was going to help her son buy a house, but then life changed for him. So I'm driving up from LA and I get a call from her. And I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey. I'm like, hey, I'm driving up from LA today. And what's up? She's like, oh, I think I want to sell the house. I'm like, what? Why do you want to sell the house? She's like, oh, because, we just got to downsize. My husband's health is deteriorating. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I get back up here. I call her back. She does not return my calls. And I did one call and I'm like, okay, and life just got crazy busy and it's got hectic and everything else.
Yeah.
She calls me up, literally screams into the phone a string of obscenities and like hangs up. And I'm just sitting there going, what just happened? My blood pressure just spiked. So I called back and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, what is going on? Another huge string of obscenities.
Yeah.
And of course, I lose my shit, and I go on the defensive, go to offensive and just come after her.
Okay.
Long story short is that she felt disrespected because I didn't return her call. I kindly remind her of that, and she's like, you calling me a liar, motherfucker? And I'm sitting there going, no, dude, you are seriously crazy. She cursed me out a few more times, hung up the phone, never talked to me since. And I was like, dude, like we're legit friends, like. And then the shit just hit the fan. So people are nuts, man. People are nuts.
But you did return the call. You returned it once,
Yeah.
right? And didn't follow up after that. You didn't keep on tracking her down, right?
Yeah, she felt that she was worthy of me like begging for her business.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you. I took off that day. I just jumped into my car and I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I definitely wasn't gonna do prospecting because that was not gonna work. I went to the gym and worked out for like 2 hours. I'm like, okay, I gotta get my shit straight here. Oh man. And Frank, no, it's not my fault. Okay, so those are four of my like horrible stories, and I'm sure that there's more of them in there.
Yeah. Well, let's take another quick question here. So Mike Renard asks, need some help planning an epic client appreciation event. I'm in year 2, on track to close 32 so far.
Nice.
So with that in mind, how many clients actually show to something like this? And should I wait till spring to do an event or try to do something in between holidays, hoping for some ideas? So what can you share on that?
I can share lots, Matt. As always, you know this. Don't ask silly questions. Yes,
but is it coming out of here, the head? Or is it coming out of some other bodily orifice? That's all I'm asking.
Oh, I'm not even gonna dignify that, you weirdo. Okay, so here it is. Okay, there's 3 different types of client parties that you guys should be doing, or if you want to be doing. Here are 3 different styles. One, we're gonna talk monthly, quarterly, and yearly. All right. So your monthly is something easy, fun. You can invite everybody to. Friends, family, invest your past clients and have them past clients maybe bring some, maybe bring a buddy or a neighbor, but do something like go down to the bar and get wings and beers, or go do wine and cheese tastings, or go do poetry night, or go do like painting or gardening or whatever, something fun, sociable event where you guys can get together and you can hang out. Now, if you have 5 or 10 people show up, epic. Dude, it's awesome. It's going to be well worth your time. If one person shows up, even better. Now you can have a real intimate opportunity to get to know this other person on a better level. So don't view it as failing if you get one person. View that as a real opportunity to get some real in-depth friendship build. Number 2, guys, you're going to be your quarterly. Quarterly is going to be your client appreciation party. So you're going to do them in March, June, September, maybe in December, because December goes batshit crazy. Might want to do it like early January or something. But what you do is, this is when you kind of step up the money a little bit. If you belong to a country club, maybe go there, go to a nice restaurant. It's basically showing, or if you're comfortable, have them over to your home, have it catered, have a chef come in, do wine pairings, have a bartender, really make it an event. Because you want people to talk about it when it gets done, and you want to show them, hey, look, those tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars that you were part of paying me in the last, appreciation, I want to thank you in return, because that party is an opportunity for them to say, like, oh, hey, what'd you do over the weekend? Oh my God, my realtor had us over to their house, and they had a chef, they did wine pairing, they had a professional bartender on staff. It was awesome. And then he got us all Ubered home because we were all hammered. But it's an event. Okay. And you guys can do it any way you want. These are just ideas that I'm throwing out there for you. The other thing that I would recommend is the yearly party. And I do cover this in the marketing much more in depth, but the yearly, guys, is another opportunity where you guys, this is the big event. You invite everybody under the sun for this thing. Do something big. I mean, we have been throwing Cinco de Mayo parties for our past clients, and we'll have 300 to 500 people roll through that thing. We have it as a continually rolling event. We were holding it at my parents' house, which is very well laid out for an event for a kid like that. So what we would do is we found that if we had the kids come with, we got a much higher turnout. And so we had a bunch of high school girls. So my sister was in high school, or my mom was leading. I don't know why we had a bunch of high school girls. A bunch of high school girls there. We have them checking in the front, getting people's names, phone numbers, and getting name tags done for them. We had a couple of them babysitting the kids because my parents have a big pool in their backyard to keep the kids away from the pool. And then we had it catered, so we had we had a bunch of Mexican food. Obviously, people could come in. The girls would always refill in the guacamole or whatever else they did. We had a face painter, mariachi band, and a couple of other things there. But we brought in 3 different kegs of beer. We brought in a margarita machine. It was just a lot of fun. And one year,
chainsaw juggler, balloon animal artist, caricature artist. I mean, just the basics.
Just small stuff.
Margarita fountain operator.
Yeah, that was me, by the way. But one year we just got so crazy busy that we just legitimately forgot to put it on. And this thing takes 6 months to properly plan. I mean, it takes some time and effort, right? And so we got these phone calls. They were just like, hello? Hi, Greg? Yeah, this is so-and-so. So did I not make the list? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, well, did you guys have the Cinco de Mayo party? Did I do something to not get on the list? I'm like, what? Oh my God, no, I'm so sorry. We just didn't have it. They're like, oh, thank God. Oh, because we were so concerned of it because we thought we did something to you. So we send out an apology email and letter to our entire database. Sorry for not thinking of you. Thing.
That's terrible. Oh, it's hilarious, but terrible.
Yeah, it was something that we never did again. But think of but don't do appreciation parties during the holidays. People already got enough stuff going on. You want to do them when there's traditionally not a lot of stuff happening, right? When you can stand out from the crowd. Like one of the things that I was throwing around with my team that we might want to think about doing this coming year is an Oktoberfest party. I already talked to a bar. And they would make traditional German food. They'll order German beer with kegs outside. They'll have games for us like cornhole and a couple other games to be playing out in the back area. And we can basically take over the whole back end of this restaurant at Magai's, and we can do something like that. So the reason why I like that is it's different. It stands out, but it's still fun. See what I'm saying? So if there's something that's traditional that stands out for you, think about it. What could be something that would be interesting that your clients would enjoy, right? So that's those are the monthly, quarterly, and yearly events. That's a lot of information really quickly.
Yeah, that was way too much talking from you. But I do have one more question that we can cover. We do go even more in depth if that's humanly possible. That on the video training course, we did a whole video, like a half-hour video, just on those 3 types of events and going super deep on that stuff. So you could have said more. You have more to say.
Yes,
so thank God you didn't keep talking.
Yes, I knew. I saw you going like 1,000 yards.
So you saw me my neck snap back, and you hit minute 2 of Greg talking solo, and my neck snapped back. Okay. So there's a really long question, but I'm going to paraphrase it to get to the gist of it here.
Okay.
So, in other words, it looks like Janie Bernard posted this question a couple of days ago. She's here in this area, San Marcos, Carmel Valley of San Diego, that kind of area. So she was referred to a buyer. His max budget is $550,000, and he has some feng shui kind of preferences on the place that he wants. So she's got this. She's seen this condo in mind that's about $20,000 over what his max is.
Do you see a problem here? Just starting out.
Well, potentially, yes. So she says, not wanting to waste anyone's time, we've been in communication, her and the listing agent of this condo. And in the past, the listing agent is telling her that his client's firm on that asking price. So she's thinking it's out of range. It's only $20,000 off, but she made up in her mind that it was out of range. So she never showed the property to her buyer. Well, finally, she keeps in touch with the listing agent, and finally he kind of implies, hey, why don't you have your buyers take a look, implying that his sellers are kind of getting soft on the price a little bit. So she's excited. She sends the information and the links and stuff over to her client. He takes a look. He's like, nah, not interested. and she really feels strongly that if he sees it in person, that he'll agree. So that's this is like a 9 pair. This is like a mini novella. It's like it's quite a long question, but essentially it boils down to I have a place that I really think my buyer would like, but they've seen the online pictures and for some reason it's just not, they're not falling in love with it based on the pictures. But if I can just get them to the house or the condo or the ranch farm, I don't know, the horse farm, whatever the case is, then they'll just fall in love with it once they get there and smell the sweet smell of the horse farm. But anyway, so let's give me that scenario. First of all, have you been in that scenario, Greg, where you have a place where you really want to show a buyer and you're having a hard time getting them to trust you to just go look at the damn house?
Yeah, ask them, okay, hey, Matt, Julie, your 3 obese babies, what exactly did you not like about the home, just so I can understand your preferences? And maybe and this is when you put it back onto yourself. You say, you know what, there's a very good possibility maybe I misunderstood something when we were going over the different qualities or qualifications you wanted in each property. Did I misunderstand you? But this is what I heard. And you blah, 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 blah. And it has the references back to the property. And they say, and this is a really good opportunity. Maybe something did shift in their preferences, and you know what, they never told you. But then if they said, well, yeah, that's what we're looking for, I said, okay, but the worst thing I can possibly do is not show you this home. I truly believe that from my years of experience that this could really be worth something. Can I meet you guys there tonight at 5? And you know what, if you don't like it, I'll give you guys a $25 gift certificate to go have dinner somewhere. How's that? Bribe them, but if they say no, they're dicks.
That's not bad. Yeah, basically just saying, look, it's all on me. Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Here's what I heard, and that's why I think this place fits into what you told me at the time. Has anything changed since then that I need to know about? And then basically just saying, hey, I know it's going out on the limb. I know maybe it's asking a lot, but please just trust me. I really feel like, I've gone and seen the place in person or whatever the case is. Just saying, look, take a chance on me. Just would you mind doing it for me and just trusting me and taking a look at it in person, just seeing. At least then I can understand better what you guys are looking for, so I can, because obviously there's some disconnect here. So right. The only problem I see with that is the whole feng shui element, because you can get into, it's one thing if you're actually dealing with definable feng shui elements where you can see, okay, well, this is here and this is here and yada yada. If it's one of those things where it's a woo-woo, I'll know when I see it feng shui thing, then that's all bets are off. And he can just say, well, I didn't like the way it looked by the pictures, and no, I don't want to see it. It didn't really strike me. Well,
then say, okay.
It's a little hard to combat that, but
then you keep on going, and you don't bring it up to again. If for any reason he goes like, well, gosh, why didn't we ever go see this? Be like, I tried to get you in there 3 different times. You told me no, so I decided I wanted to listen to you since I essentially work for you. I listened to your wishes. Mm-hmm. That's you can't you lead a horse to water, you can't make the damn thing drink. All right, it's okay. It's just move forward. Start asking additional questions. Do they still want to buy? Do they still have the same timeline that they want to buy in? Maybe something shifted in the finance world. My best friend, I'm helping him buy a house right now with his girlfriend, and we originally started this huge grandiose idea. I want this price and this area and this type of home, and I'm looking at you going, dude, I do this for a living. No, bad, not a good idea. And he's like, no, dude, I want to look at this stuff. I'm like, all right, homie, I'll let you go look. And we went from like a fixer-upper, like 650, 700,000 to let's do like 300,000 condo. And I'm like, good, you're finally listening to me. This is exactly what I told you the first time, because you know what? You're biting off way too much to chew right now. Let's make this a fun experience when you buy real estate, not man. Like why is Greg, Lucifer's stepson?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my thing. I see my clients changed their thought process, and Lonnie never told me. His girlfriend is the one that's telling me this stuff, going, hey, Greg, Lonnie's thinking that he wants to dial this back or change this. I'm like, why doesn't the motherfucker pick up the phone? He helps to inform me on what to look for. Really is a benefit.
Oh, guys don't pick up the phone and call each other. Come on now. The only person who calls anybody is you calling me, and we want to prevent that. So let's talk about the McDaniel challenge.
You like me. Just admit it, okay? McDaniel challenge, guys. It is an hour to 2 hours of free, 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 all caps, free coaching. We'll go over anything that's stopping you, blocking you, hindering you, that's stopping you from being where you want to be. It's guys, look, it's just you and me hanging out, having some fun. Okay. But November 13th or 7th, I don't know why I have like the 8th and the 6th block, but not the 7th, but whatever. Guys, get a hold of me, 925-915-1978. Again, 925-915-1978 is my cell phone. Or follow me on Facebook, guys. Please go do that. That's a more effective way of getting in touch with me. And we can get you guys booked and get this thing rocking and rolling. But it is booked until November of 2017. So seriously, you don't want to be the 2018 kids. Nobody likes the 2018 kids.
That's right.
I mean, at least stay in the 2017 kid group.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm so actually really honored and humbled that you guys really have booked out that far. It is absolutely insane. And so thank you beyond words. I'm just a guy that does real estate. I just happen to have a platform to talk from and have had the honor to learn from incredibly smart people in this business and still learn every single day. Guys, I never stop learning. And so, yeah, reach out to me. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, guys. I want to see you guys become the best as you can. I truly love you. I want to see you expand out your income. We're starting to see a lot of turnaround stories. Neely is one of them. She went from a nurse, kind of part-time real estate to full-time real estate, and now she's the #1 listing broker in her office. Her first month out with 6 listings, guys. I mean, and that's just one of the stories that I've been able to hear lately. So you guys are absolutely rock stars. Remember, take the McDaniel challenge now.
That's right.
Phone's not ringing. Guys.
Oh, man.
You do not follow instructions very well, do you?
They're terrible. All right, well, let me get more instructions. So #1, subscribe to the show.
Yes.
So as somebody asked a question in here, like, will this recording be available? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. Yes, it's going to be available on this page, but the better place is to go subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher. That way you get the video or audio versions, as well as all of our other episodes. We can't broadcast every episode into the group. A lot of ours are just going to be broadcast on YouTube Live and then get syndicated into our podcast from there. So not every show is broadcast into this group. So keep that in mind. We try to do, a few here and there, but everything is up in the air. The platform that we're using right now is like a free trial thing. They're not even sure how much it's going to cost or when they're going to come out with it and make it available to everybody publicly. And so, yeah, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, or Stitcher. That way you get the show, every single show that we do. We want to hear your suggestions on guests. So if you would be a great guest, if you have something unique to share, if you're doing something unique on the lead gen or marketing side, we want to hear about it. If you know someone who is doing something unique that you think would be great to share their story and what they're doing with other agents, we'd love to talk to them. So if you have a guest to nominate, reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Pursuing Results, and then the new podcast. So Pursuing Results, the podcast, where we interview successful people about one book that changed their life. It's been awesome so far. We release new episodes every Thursday. If you have guest suggestions or if you want to check out that show, just go to pursuingresults.com. You can sign up for the on-demand update. You can see the previous episodes, all that good stuff. That's me and Greg's side show, essentially. So that's where we get to interview people that are outside of real estate about all the stuff about life and success that isn't directly related to making phone calls and showing up people's doors and handing them out coupons.
We're not actually talking about work. We're actually talking about fun shit.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you guys, we love you. We will be back here. Today's Monday, so we got 2 more shows, Wednesday and Friday. Great guests on both of those. So make sure you guys show up, hang out, bring a friend, bring your office. Shit, bring your entire state. We would love to meet everybody. All right, guys. Until then, we're out of here. Love you. See you soon.
Later, guys.